Hi, I'm Caitlin. Welcome to our time together. We'll do yoga for approximately 1 hour, and we're going to start off in an easy seated position. So, whatever that means for you today, whether it's your ankles, sitting on your ankles, or you have a cross legged Indian style seated position. Your hands can remain palms up or down, whatever you are most comfortable with. And you can slowly close your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever you feel the most comfortable with today. Taking a great big inhale, coming into the present moment for our time together. Inhale, connecting to the breath, allowing fresh, clean oxygen to come in. And exhale, releasing anything that does not serve you. Slowly begin to come into your inner world, letting go of the to-do list, letting go of the past, letting go of the present, anything outside of your mat, and letting go of the future. Just coming into the present moment, if that is possible for you today. And connecting to the breath, inhaling in and exhale. Inhale, breathing in the fresh, clean oxygen. And exhale, releasing anything that does not serve you. Inhale and exhale, releasing any stress around the eye area. Noticing where you're gripping, where you're holding, where there's tension. With each inhale, bringing in fresh, clean oxygen. And with each exhale, letting go what does not serve you. Releasing any tension on the forehead. Letting go, loosening. Releasing any tension around the jaw area. And releasing any tension on the upper back. Noticing your posture. Noticing the air coming in through your nose. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it shaky? Is it smooth? Just observing the breath. And letting go of any mind chatter that might be going on. Envisioning a string above your head, as if there's a golden cord and that goes down the crown of your head, down your neck, all the way down the spine, traveling down the tailbone, and going all the way down to the center of the earth and grounding and rooting there. Noticing how that string is grounding and rooting your upper body. Maybe your posture changed ever so slightly. And that feeling of stability, where you're rooted, you're grounded to the center of the earth, and gravity is there supporting you. Keeping that feeling throughout our time together today. Maybe even allowing it to be with you, keeping it in the rest of your day. And we're going to go ahead and follow that string back up the tailbone, all the way up the back, all the way up the neck, and out the crown of the head. Again, observing how you are grounded, rooted, and secure, and gravity is there to support you. Connecting to the breath once more, taking one great big inhale in, and exhale, releasing. Inhale, breathing in fresh, clean oxygen. And exhale, releasing. Now, taking a moment, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, an intention can be a thought, a word, a mantra, a prayer. It can really be anything. It's a reference point for our time together. A mental reference point when the mind begins to wander, pulling back to this. Could even be a question, something you want to work through. And if you decide to set an intention, it's just an invitation. Bringing your hands, you bring your palms to heart center. And taking an inhale in, breathing in that intention, that thought, word, mantra. And on an exhale, allowing the crown of the head to come towards the hands, bowing, sealing that intention. Inhale, allowing it to come back to center. And allowing the palms to come back to your side. You can slowly return to the room, so slowly opening those eyes if they are closed. Welcome back. All right, so now we're grounded. Let's go ahead. If you are seated on your ankles, come into an easy seated position that allows your legs to remain crossed. If you're already crossed, maybe you want to balance your body out by switching up that cross. Great. Inhale, allowing the hands to come to your sides. And inhale all the air in, biceps to ears. Exhale, allowing your hands to come back to your side. Your chin can actually come to your chest. Inhale, arms coming all the way up overhead. Allow the gaze to follow, coming all the way up. Exhale, coming back down to center. Inhale, arms coming all the way up. Exhale, returning back down to center, allowing the hands to remain. We're going to walk that left hand all the way out to the left side. Go out as far as you'd like, but making sure safety is first. And on an exhale, allowing the right arm to come over top, bending in, gaze going up towards the ceiling. Now, it's important here that your hips are grounded. So if your right hip is lifting up, make sure you are comfortable and you can feel that grounding. Breathing here. And exhale back to center. Right hand's going to come down. Allow it to walk out a little bit. Left arm coming across. Gaze going up towards the ceiling. Again, making sure that that left hip isn't lifting up. Both hips should feel grounded and rooted. Nothing forced. And coming back into center. Great. Okay. Right hand, allowing it to come over onto the left knee. Left hand's gonna come around the back, so it'll be about 6 inches from that back left hip. And giving yourself a nice side twist. Gaze going over that left shoulder if possible. Nothing forced, so just remembering. It's always just suggestions. Inhale back into center, great. Left hand coming onto the right knee. Right hand's gonna come about 6 inches from that right hip. And gaze will follow, following over the right shoulder. Making sure both hips are grounded and rooted, connecting to your breath. And exhale, coming back to center. Awesome. Now we're going to take that left leg. Left foot's going to go all the way out to the left corner of the mat. The right sole of the foot's going to come in to the left thigh. Again, checking in, making sure you are evenly distributed. Left leg is fully flexed. Left toes are flexed as well, so you have a strong, active leg and you have an engaged foot. Left hand can come to your shin, can come to your ankle, or maybe comes all the way to the toes. Every day is a different day. There's nothing wrong with taking that journey down. The right hand, if you'd like to deepen it, allowing it to come across and over, can come on top of that left hand, whether that's on the shin, the ankle, or the toes. And if you want to take it one more step further, folding into it. Connecting to your breath, noticing each inhale and each exhale. As you inhale, breathing in that fresh oxygen, and the exhale releases the tension. So maybe you fold in a little bit deeper. And inhale, coming back up to center. Awesome. Right leg this time. Bringing in that left and extending the right. Checking in with the hips, making sure they're grounded and rooted. That left foot coming in to the right thigh. Right leg fully engaged, as well as the toes being flexed. Taking that right hand, coming down to the shin, coming down to the ankle, maybe all the way to the foot. That's important here, that what you do on one side, you do to the other. So go ahead, if you did come to the shin, stay right there. If you were on that on the left side. Taking that left arm, if you'd like, bringing it across and allowing it to meet the right. Just a suggestion. And if you'd like to take it a step further, folding into it, deepening that stretch. Making sure you have a slight micro bend in that leg, so you shouldn't be fully locked. You should feel a slight micro bend, always keeping safety in mind. Taking a breath in and exhale, allowing the exhale to deepen your stretch. Great. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Great. Letting those soles of the feet to come together. Making sure your hips are positioned and you are grounded. From here, if you would like, you can actually extend your feet a little bit more if you need a little bit more wiggle room. If you want to deepen it, bringing the feet in closer to the body. And you can stay perched up like this, engaging the core, allowing the spine to be straight, noticing your posture, maybe even taking your shoulders back and down. If you'd like to deepen it, or even if you are on a journey to deepen it, you can have blocks in front of you to allow the ground to meet you, or pillows or books, whatever it is, allowing that ground to come up to meet you. Or you can just bend forward, allowing the hips to open. Bending forward, folding, and if you'd like, you can take it all the way down, allowing the head to come down as well. Connecting to your breath. Nothing forced, we're just warming up. And breathing in, breathing out. On an inhale, allowing, if you're folded, allowing yourself to inch your way up to a seated. All right, we're going to take it to the mat now by placing our hands for our tabletop position, our first tabletop position. So the palms are actually going to come down. The knees are going to come as well. Knees should be about hip width distance apart, 90-degree angle on the legs. The palms fully secure on the mat. So they should be about shoulder width distance apart. From here, noticing the wrist in line with the elbow in line with the shoulder, gauging the core to ensure that your back is straight and supported. And inhale, we're going to arch our backs down for cow. So allowing that back to come and make a U shape. The face is going to come forward, lifting the chin up. And exhale, bringing the chin into chest, kind of reversing that U shape, creating a mountain out of your back for cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale, chin to chest. One more round. Inhale, coming into cow. And exhale, chin to chest, cat. Your next inhale, allowing yourself to come into stillness for tabletop, neutral spine. Great. From here, let's go ahead and come back onto our ankles. Just warming up our wrists. Taking your wrist, allowing that right hand to go clockwise to 6. Left hand going counterclockwise to 6. And coming down here. Now, if you have sensitive wrists or you know you have carpal tunnel, maybe take this one a little easy or sit back and relax for a moment. Taking it to the left, taking your weight to the right, doing circles here. Just allowing the wrist. And what you do one way, you want to make sure you do the other. So if you do counterclockwise, make sure you do it clockwise, and vice versa. Keeping everything in balance and in sync. All right, once you even it out on both sides, coming back on to your ankles, allowing them to come back to center. And taking your palms and allowing as if the palms are coming towards you, fingertips towards you. Placing that on your mat. Again, being gentle here if you have sensitivity. Taking it to the left, taking it to the right, coming forwards and back, and maybe again you do circles counterclockwise as well as clockwise. Again, what you do one way, you want to do the other, keeping your whole body, mind in balance. Great. When you are equal that out, you can come back onto your ankles. I'm going to go ahead and I'll come back into tabletop. So placing those palms back down onto the earth. Checking in your weight distribution, making sure that you are centered and grounded. Extending the right arm all the way up. Great. Taking that right arm, allowing it to come underneath that left, threading the needle. You're going to allow that shoulder to come down gently and gracefully. Great. If you want, you can stay just like this. If you'd like to deepen it, allowing the left hand to come out further. Breathing here. Just warming up, connecting to that breath. And on an exhale, bringing the left hand in front of your face, allowing yourself to push up with that left arm. Right hand's going to come back out and extend and come down to meet its counterpart. Recentering if you need. Taking the left arm, extending it all the way up, allowing it to come underneath, threading the needle, and coming slowly down onto the left shoulder. Extending out the right arm if you would like. Taking a breath in and exhale. Bringing that right hand in front of the face, pulling all the way up. Left arm fully extends out. Left hand comes back down to meet its counterpart, recentering yourself. Extending the left leg all the way back behind you. And as you do that, leg is active, foot is flexed and engaged. Noticing the weight distribution. Are you holding more weight maybe on that back right leg? Shifting the weight forward if that's the case so that the arms are getting equal weight as well. Or maybe you're taking more on the left. So just noticing where the weight distribution is uneven and balancing it out. Core's engaged. Exhale, bringing that left leg down. Same thing, opposite side. Right leg's going to extend all the way back. Foot's engaged. Leg is active. Breathing in and exhaling anything that doesn't serve you. Noticing the weight distribution. Noticing the engaged core, the active leg, and the flexed foot. Exhale, bringing that leg back down to meet its counterpart. This time, we're going to extend the right hand, all the way out, full arm extension. Left leg all the way out, full leg extension. Balancing and grounding, connecting to the breath. So that right hand from the tippy tops, those fingertips all the way down the wrist, all the way down the elbow, the shoulder, all the way down that spine, the hip, the knee, the ankle, one straight line. Exhale, bringing it back down the center. Extending the left hand all the way out in front of you. Extending the back right leg all the way back behind you. Core is engaged, strong supported spine. Active leg, flex foot. So from the tippy tops of the fingertips all the way down the wrist, to the elbow, to the shoulder, all the way down that spine, the hip, the knee, all the way out the ankle, one straight line. Breathing here, holding, balancing. Exhale, bring it back down gracefully to center. Extending that right arm out all the way in front of you again. Extending the back left leg all the way back behind you. This time, making sure you're rooted and secure. You can stay just like so, or you can bring the elbow into the knee. Extending it out. Bringing the elbow to the knee. Extending it out. One more time, elbow to the knee. Extending it out. Hand comes down, leg comes down. Same thing, opposite side, left arm fully extends out. Back leg fully extends out. Great. Left elbow, right knee. Extending out. Right elbow, left knee. Whoops, I said that opposite. Extending it out. Left elbow, right knee. Extending it out. Allowing that hand to come down, allowing the knee to come down. This time, bringing the big toes in to meet one another and extending the hips out just a little bit so the knees come out. Allowing the tailbone to come back onto the ankles, arms fully extend out for wide-legged child's pose. Taking a moment here, allowing the crown of the head to come down, connecting to the breath. It's really what yoga is all about, is connecting to the breath, connecting the mind-body connection. Bringing you back into the present moment. And at any moment, at any time, throughout our time together, you are welcome to child's pose, whether it's wide-legged like we're in now, or it's standard child's pose. It's a good time just to reconnect to your intention. All right, if you're ready, again, you're welcome to stay in child's pose as long as you want, and you can come in and out of it, making sure your body is getting balanced, though, coming back up. Bringing the legs back to standard neutral tabletop, so hip width distance apart, arms are leveled as well. Go ahead and tuck those toes. We're going to work our way to our first down dog, but first let's tuck the toes and just lift the knees up ever so slightly, engaging that core, getting upper, lower, and midsection. Exhale, coming back down, keeping those toes tucked. We're going to push the ground back, allowing ourselves to come to our first downward facing dog. So walking out that dog. Spine is as straight, pushing the ground away with the palms of our hands. And just going side to side, forwards and back with our legs, whatever is needed to wake up the legs. Maybe even just walking the feet out too. All right. Taking a great big inhale. We're going to go ahead and shift our weight forward for high plank. You can stay here, or you can slowly lower knees, chest, and chin. It looks like this, knees, then chest, and then chin. This is for baby cobra, cobra, or full upward facing dog. Your choice. Tucking those toes back into downward facing dog. All right, let's try that again. Shifting the weight forward for high plank. You can slowly lower, or you can do knees, chest, and chin, whichever you prefer. Untucking those toes for your cobra variation or up dog. Tucking those toes once more, coming back in a downward facing dog. Great. All right. Starting to feel a little bit warmer, hopefully. Taking that right leg back. Three-legged dog. Let's go ahead and open up our hips. So allowing the hips to stack on top of one another. Great. Allowing it to come back to center, bringing that foot, or I should say that knee into the center and extending it back. Bringing that knee to the right elbow and extending it back. Bringing the knee to the left elbow and extending it back. Right foot coming down to meet the left. Go ahead and shift your weight forward. Slowly lower our knees, chest, and chin. Cobra variation or upward facing dog. Tucking those toes back into down dog. Left leg extends all the way back, allowing your hip to open. So sticking the hips on top of each other and taking that knee into center. Extending it back. Left knee, left elbow. Extending it back. Left knee, right elbow. Extending it back. Left foot coming back to center. Once more, shift that weight forward. Slowly lower knees, chest, and chin. Cobra variation or up dog. Tucking those toes back into downward facing dog. Walking the feet up to the top of your mat. So you'll be at your top of your mat. I'm going to come in the center, keeping yourself folded forward. Taking a moment here, allowing your hands just to dangle or ragdolling. Maybe you shift side to side. Maybe you shake your head. Yes and no. Allowing gravity to kind of allow your head just to dangle like a rag doll. Maybe you bring your hands to your elbows. And just connecting to your breath. And we're going to slowly, like turtles, come all the way up, letting yourself go vertebrae by vertebrae up to a standing position. Great. Great big inhale, arms coming all the way up overhead. You can give yourself a slight back bend if you like. Exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands are going to come to your shins. Exhale, folding forward. Once more. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, your hands coming to your sides. So we'll take the right leg back first, allowing that right knee to come down, the right foot untucks, coming up into a low lunge. Inhale, arms coming all the way up overhead. Gaze goes forward, connecting to the breath. Inhale, hands are going to come to your side, but now we'll just take that right hand, bringing it in closer to the arch of that right foot. And on an inhale, extending that left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. The gaze is going to go up as well. Exhale, left arm coming down, coming back to center. Inhale, tucking those back toes, lifting that back leg. And if you are able to, coming all the way up into a high lunge, engaging the core, connecting to the breath, noticing the earth beneath you, the stability, and let that right foot come up to meet the left. Great. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, hands coming to the mat. This time we're going to take the left leg back. We're going to allow that left foot to drop down, the left knee to come down. Inhale, lifting up into a low lunge. Arms overhead, connecting to your breath. Inhale, hands coming back down. Left hand's going to come closer to that crevice in that right foot. And when you're ready, allowing that right arm to come all the way up to the ceiling, gaze is going to follow. Inhale and exhale. Great. Maybe even smile. And exhale, bringing that right hand down this time. Allowing the hands to return back to center, tucking the back toes, lifting that back leg. And if you feel strong, rooted, and secure, you're coming all the way up into a high lunge, arms overhead, connecting to your breath. Nothing forced. And left foot's going to come up and meet the right. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Hands coming back down to the mat. This time I'll take that left leg back first. And I'm going to switch my sides up. And allowing that left foot to become parallel to the short edge of the mat. And if you would like, coming all the way up into warrior two. So that front leg is going to be bent, that back leg parallel to the short edge of the mat. Core is engaged as if there is laser beams on your hips, allowing them to be pointed straight out, making sure that that front leg, that hip is opened and that front leg is bent. If you can't see the tops of your feet, go ahead and straighten that front leg. Walk those toesies out and bend back into it, making sure you can see those feet. And again, those arms fully extended, gaze going over the top of the right fingertips. Connecting to your breath here. Left hand going down the left leg, right arm coming over top. That left hand on that left leg is just a reference point. You shouldn't be applying too much weight on it. It's just a reference point. Making sure that the legs themselves, where you're rooted and grounded, is actually what's sustaining you and holding you up. Gaze goes up towards the sky. Coming back to center. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm coming across as if you're making a diagonal from the top of the left fingertips all the way down that leg. Again, another reference point. There's no weight being held here. It's a reference point. The gaze can go up to the sky or it could be straight ahead. Exhale back into center. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. We'll go into triangle, Trikonasana. Take that right hand, allowing yourself to bend over. Gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Left arm's an extension of the right one, straight line there. Slight micro bend in that front leg. And exhale, we're going to come back up to center, taking that right foot, allowing it to come parallel to the short edge of your mat. So now both feet are parallel to one another. Hands can come to your hips. And you can slowly lower down for wide-legged forward fold. And when you get to the earth, you might want to have your hands come off your hips and come down to the ground to support you. Taking a moment here and reconnecting to your breath. Noticing the world upside down. Maybe you want to walk your hands to that left foot. coming back to center. Maybe you want to walk your hands to the right foot. What you do to one, you do to the other. Coming back to center. With each inhale, maybe you prop yourself up a little bit. Inhale, and then on the exhale, again, releasing that tension, releasing any gripping areas in the body, allowing yourself to become more flexible. Inhale, allow your spine to straighten so you're propping up just a little bit. Allow your hands, if you feel balanced, to come onto your sides and come all the way up, pushing the earth away. Awesome. Coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale, allowing your hands to come all the way overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands coming to the mat. This time we'll take that right foot back. Allow that right foot to become parallel to the short edge of your mat. Making sure that your front foot is grounded and rooted, that there's that 90-degree angle in the front, and then you can rotate up to warrior two. Checking in, can you see the tops of those toes? If not, extending those toes out a little bit and bending into it. Great. Check in with back leg, check in with the front leg, engage the core, check in with the hips. Making sure that that front knee is in line with the foot. Gaze goes over the front fingertips, that left hand. Breathing here. Right hand going down the right leg, left arm coming over top. Again, just a reference point, the connection of the right hand and right leg. Gaze going off over the top. Breathing here. And exhale, coming back into warrior two. Left hand, left thigh, right arm coming across. So that whole right side from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. One straight diagonal line. Gaze can go up. Breathing here. And exhale, back to center. Awesome. Straightening that front leg, making sure that there's a slight micro bend in the leg. Left hand coming down. I'm a little teapot. And that's what you do. Right hand full extend up. Gaze goes up. Breathing here. Connecting to that breath. Inhale, coming back up. Left foot's going to become parallel to the short edge of your mat. So now you have two parallel legs. Hands coming onto your hips. You could do what we just did, slowly lowering down. Wide-legged forward fold. Hands coming to your mat. Taking a moment to see the world upside down. Allowing the left hand to become right in front of your face on the mat. Again, this is just a suggestion. It's not necessarily what everyone wants to do. The right hand can swoosh up through the body and extend all the way up towards the ceiling. Gaze follows. Exhale, bringing that right hand down and switching it out. Right hand's now on the mat. Left hand now swerves all the way up as if it's going up to the ceiling. Gaze follows. Connecting to the breath. Exhale, bringing that hand down. Hands coming onto the hips, pushing the ground away and coming all the way up to a standing position. You may want to go to the top of your mat once more. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Hands coming to heart center. Let's start with that right foot. So that right foot, grounding and rooting it, maybe even lift up your toes, feeling where the earth is connecting to your foot the most, where the most weight is, where you're grounded, rooted, and secure. Feeling how that feels, following up there. So noticing the legs strong and active, engaging the core, softening the heart, and broadening across the shoulders. Right leg, left leg coming to the ankle, to your shin, or maybe coming all the way up to your thigh. Finding a point of reference. So if you have trouble balancing, finding a point of reference outside yourself, something that is external as a reference point, a state of control that you can look at and stare at, and using that as your, what's called a drishti, as your point of reference. And there's no right or wrong. The only place you cannot have your leg is on your knee. You do not want your vulnerable areas, so joint areas, to be impacted. Make sure you avoid that knee. Hands can come to your sides, or they can come to heart center, or they can be fully extended up. Whatever works for you today. Engaging that core. Noticing the sensation, noticing what you notice. Inhale. And exhale, allowing those hands to come down, bringing them through heart center if they weren't there, allowing them to come to your sides and gracefully removing that left leg. Same thing, opposite side, checking in with that left foot. Maybe even lifting the toes up and noticing where the earth is connected beneath your foot. Finding your drishti, your point of reference, and engaging the leg, ensuring it's active, engaging the core, broadening and softening the heart, and taking that right foot, placing it on your ankle, on your shin, not the knee, we went over that, or all the way up to the thigh. And once you get there, allowing your hands to either be at your sides, coming to heart center, or maybe they go all the way up for full extended tree. Connecting to the breath. Ooh, connecting to the breath. All right, allowing the hands to come back through heart center, removing that leg graciously, and maybe even come on your toes. Make sure your feet feel okay as well. Allowing the feet to go in circles. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And bringing the hands to heart center. Great. This time, inhaling, lifting all the way up. Allowing the palms to stay there. Take an exhale, go to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale, back to center. Great. Let's go ahead and come back onto our mat. So what we'll do here, allowing yourself to fold forward. Let's go ahead and take that left leg and allow it to go all the way back. Allow that knee to come down, and if you'd like, you could put a blanket underneath that knee, untucking those toes. Taking that right foot, allowing it to come out towards the right, so pass that right hand for lizard lunge. Taking a moment here, just really opening up those hips. Breathing in. And on your next exhale, allowing that foot to walk itself across your mat and allow it to come down. So you're making approximately a 90-degree angle. You can bring your foot in closer to you if that makes things easier for you. If you'd like to deepen it, allowing that foot to stay out. There's no right or wrong. Another option is to have blocks here, or a book or a pillow, whatever works for you. Something, though, that is secure but brings the ground up to you. If you'd like to fold into it, you're welcome to do so. So nothing wrong with staying in standard pigeon, just like so. Or you can fold. Connecting to your breath. Maybe even connecting to your attention, noticing if anything has changed. Great. On an inhale, we're going to come up if you're folded forward, perching back up. and tucking the back toe. Lifting that back leg. Right leg's going to meet the left. Taking the left leg now, bringing it out towards the left side of that left hand. Allowing that knee to come down, untucking those toes. Great. You can stay just like this if you would like. This is for lizard lunge. And on your next exhale, walking those toes across the mat and allowing that foot to come down. Again, bringing in that foot closer if you would like. Makes things a little easier. If you want to deepen it, go ahead and extend it back out, that foot. And another option is, of course, having a blanket underneath that right knee if you do have any kind of knee pains. Being conscious of that and also being conscious of your hip areas. So you can slowly lower if you would like, or you can stay perched up. Another option is bringing the earth to meet you, so those blocks, those books, those pillows, something that's secure that you can put underneath you. And you could fold into it. Connecting to the breath. Letting go of anything that does not serve you. And what you do on one side, you want to do to the other. And if you're perched, go ahead and lift up. Let's go ahead and shift the weight on our back area, coming into an easy seated position. Let's go ahead and come back onto our backs on the mat. But from here, let's also allow the soles of the feet to come in to meet one another. So similar to what we did before. And you can allow yourself to slowly coming down onto your back. Taking a moment to get reacclimated from a different perspective. All right. Extending those, actually bringing in the soles of the feet. So just bringing the knees in to meet one another. Let's go ahead and bring the knees into our chest. Allowing our hands to come over and interlace and just pedaling back and forth. All right. Extending the legs all the way out. Sending the arms all the way overhead. Breathing in, full body stretch. Great. Hands coming back to your side. Bringing the soles of the feet back in closer to the body so the knees are sitting up. With the hands at our sides, as if you're pushing the ground away with your feet. Pushing the ground away with your feet, you're also energetically pulling in the thighs in to meet one another. Okay, slowly lifting up, coming into bridge, engaging the core, very, very important to make sure that you're not using too much of that back area. You're actually using the core. Connecting to your breath. Noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. One more inhale and exhale, slowly lowering down. Okay. Taking the right leg, bringing it across the left, avoiding those vulnerable areas, so the knee and the ankle. Hands coming around the left thigh, interlacing. Bringing in that left thigh closer to your chest. Connecting to the breath. And exhale, allowing that left leg to come down, allowing the right leg to return to center. Same thing, opposite side. Getting reacclimated, of course. Taking the left leg, bringing it across, so avoiding that knee and the ankle. Taking those fingers, interlacing them around that right leg. You need to allow yourself to cool down. And the right leg's going to come all the way down to the earth. The left leg's going to come down to the earth as well. Lifting the legs back up, interlacing around the legs, rocking side to side. Coming into stillness. Having the hands come around the feet. So you can take it from the outside of your foot for happy baby. You could come in between the big toes. You can come just on the ankles, whatever works for you today. Everybody prefers different. And for happy baby, making sure that you are stable and secure. Or maybe you want to rock your baby, going side to side. And coming into stillness, allow the legs to stay where they are. Extending the arms all the way out to your sides if you have room. If you don't have room, go ahead and cactus them. So that would be making them at 90 degrees. And allow the legs to gently go over to your left side. And allow the gaze to go over to your right. Starting to really cool down. See if you can get that right shoulder blade to stay down as well. Breathing here. And gaze coming back to center, legs coming back to center. And this time allowing them to go to your right side. Gaze goes to your left side. Again, arms can be fully extended or they can be cactus. And allow the head to come back to center. Allow the legs to return to center. Allowing the hands to come. They can be paced up or down, palms. Taking the right leg all the way out to the right corner of your mat. Taking the left leg out to the left corner of your mat. And taking our final posture together. Noticing if your breath has changed from the beginning of our time together. Noticing your intention or mantra or prayer. And taking a moment to relax and rest. And slowly rolling over to your left side body. And with no rush at all, coming up into an easy seated position. Your eyes can remain closed, or they can become softened, whatever you prefer. And once we come into that easy seated position together, allowing your hands to come to heart center. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives bring about that happiness and freedom for all. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Till next time. Bye.